Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. You know, it's been a while since we used that word, Phakamanied. Well, look, if you don't laugh, you cry, okay? Get over it. It is so incredibly... It is so incredibly disgraceful, I guess is the word. What's going on in South Africa, I mean. And we're talking about Eskom, yeah. We're talking about the electricity company. The state-owned enterprise used to produce a huge profit and bring revenue into the public purse, which is now a complete disgrace and a shadow of its former self. Anyway, let me get on to the topic. Less than a week after the boss of South Africa's Eskom Holdings, SOC Limited, declared, "The days of surprises are over." Yeah, Phakamanied. Yeah, tell us more. Anyway, less than a week then after he said that, documents show the government was forced to pay 5 billion rand, which is over $350 million US, in emergency funds to the state-owned utility so it could meet its obligations. As I say, if you don't laugh, you cry. The payment on April the 2nd was intended to let Eskom to pay bills due at the end of March and avoid a call on its existing guarantees after a loan expected from the China Development Bank failed to come through in time. The amount repaid a 3 billion rand bridging loan from Absa Group, according to a letter to Parliament from Finance Minister Tito Mboweni, and released by the opposition Democratic Alliance. The key here is that this news has been buried in Parliament, though in the public domain it is exceptionally hard to find out and not communicated openly with Eskom creditors, said Peter Attard Montalto, Head of Capital Markets Research at Intellidex. Eskom is operating much closer to the edge than most investors realise. Given the blanket National Treasury guarantee, this is not an issue for Eskom per se, but it is for the sovereign. The government announced a record 69 billion rand bailout for Eskom in February to be paid over 3 years. Of that, 23 billion rand is pledged for the current financial year. Based on the 2% limit of the appropriated national budget, only 17.7 billion rand can be transferred. The remaining balance will have to be subjected to the normal appropriation process when Parliament is constituted after the May the 8th election. The 23 billion rand required a special bill that didn't come up before Parliament completed its business before the election. The National Treasury has targeted disbursement between August and October 2019. Pinky Forza, chairwoman of the National Assembly Appropriations Committee, said by phone from Johannesburg, "Because we are in recess for the election period, we cannot process any new bills which have to go through a proper procedure of consideration and engagement with stakeholders. The new Parliament will have to consider these reports once it takes over." President Cyril Ramaphosa is under pressure to chart a new strategy for the money-losing utility while retaining the support of trade unions ahead of the vote. He also needs to preserve South Africa's sole investment-grade credit rating with Moody's Investor Service. Rating companies have cited Eskom as one of the biggest risks to the sovereign. Mboweni warned that Eskom doesn't expect to be able to generate enough internal cash to meet its obligations over the next 5 years. The government and Eskom are in talks on how to